Welcome back to the Sistah Sandwich Podcast. This is your favorite purpose ushering in love, light, truth, and real talk, giving you hugs and toe stomps every time you tune in. It's your girl, Coach Purpose. I'm beyond pumped about this one, y'all. This episode will be wrapped up with so much love and peace, but warning, it may stir up some emotions in you that you didn't know were there. That's right. I'm going to work with you in this episode on your issue with hurt. But before we get into This is the Sandwich, episode 3, Hurt Hoarders, let's hear a little something from our sponsors. The Sistah Sandwich is brought to you by Live on Purpose Media, LLC. We hope that you become an avid listener. Make sure you tune in on Spotify, Anchor, and Apple Podcasts. You can also catch Coach Purpose on Instagram at Precisely Purpose, as well as Facebook at Purpose. We look forward to bringing you more and more episodes just like this one. So make sure you participate, tell a friend, and join us here at The Sistah Sandwich. All right, welcome back, sis. Let's take a moment to be grateful for the process of healing, overcoming, and allowing your purpose to come on in, take a seat, and be a part of your future. I'm proud of you, sis. So, the topic for this episode is hurt hoarders. Whew. I'm already getting chills because this title was downloaded into my spirit today, and I got to tell you instantly, I knew that it was going to be an amazing flow of energy from me to you. So just kind of go with me, go with the flow tonight. You might want to take notes. You might want to just listen and think about some things and maybe listen again to take notes. It's up to you. But I want you all to know that Hurt Hoarders is going to really resonate with some of you guys. I'm sure you've heard of the TV show Hoarders, right? They go around helping people who literally have buried themselves in stuff, all kinds of stuff. Some people have specific things that they hoard, while others hoard whatever they can get their hands on. Well, imagine what it's like to hold on and stockpile invisible stuff, something that's there, it happened, and it's never gone away, but you can't see it. It's collected like a well-kept, mint condition comic book or an antique lamp from centuries ago. Many of us, sis, are dealing with one of the worst types of hoarding there is: hurt hoarding. So, what exactly is that, right? Well, I'm glad you asked. The definition of hurt hoarding, according to me, Coach Purpose, is voluntarily or involuntarily holding on or collecting things that have hurt you. It's just that simple. Keeping piles of pain, anguish, and regret way past their expiration date. We make these lifetime commitments to things that don't deserve 1 minute of consideration. And the worst part is, most of us think we've overcome the hurt. We think that because we've said, I'm over it, or maybe that don't bother me no more, I'm unbothered, that it's gone away. But you see, there are sometimes when you should absolutely say to yourself, speak those things that are not as if they were. But in the case of dealing with and releasing hurt, you have to actually do the work. You can't just speak that you're over a thing and think that other aspects of your life won't be affected. Oh, and sis, women, well, we wear our hurt all over our face, all over our body, all over our body language, our movements. So you can just imagine what you must look like when you pull up to any type of relationship, whether it's friends, business, romantic. If you're hoarding hurt, it will be obvious. And that other person has a decision to make at that point: stick around and be a part of the change you want to make, stick around to take advantage of what they see, or run. That's the decision that they're faced with when they see that you're hoarding hurt. The vast majority of people choose the second and third option, sadly, to either stick around and take advantage of you or run. So by now you're thinking, well, why am I carrying around all of this hurt? I really thought that I had let this thing go or these things go. I mean, I said the words. Well, the reasons may shock you, and I want to talk to you about them. I'll be back in just a sec. Hey, sis. Hey, it's your girl, Coach Purpose. Are you ready to take your life to the next level? Are you tired of making excuses and running from the truth? Let's do the self work. I am a personal life and business coach, and I'm ready to serve you. So why don't you contact me today at letswinsis@gmail.com, and let's win, sis. Hey, sis, we're back, and you are listening to the Sistah Sandwich. This is episode 3, Hurt Hoarding. Do y'all remember that song by Erykah Badu? Bag lady, you gon' hurt your back, dragging all them bags like that. Okay, singing is not my thing. Coaching clearly is, but we sang that song when it came out. And a lot of us identify with it because we knew we were carrying baggage. We might not have known what exactly it was, but we knew that baggage was showing up in our relationships, our friendships, our jobs, our finances. And so some of us sang that song from a deep, deep, deep place within. So we're talking about hoarding hurt. So the question has to be, why are you hoarding hurt? But let's start first with what's inside of you that is drawn to the hurt. The psychology of hoarding is the compulsion to continually accumulate a variety of items that are most often considered useless or even worthless to others. But the strange part is it's also accompanied by an inability to discard the items without great distress. Like you just, oh my God, I cannot part with these items. So, why was something that has undoubtedly caused a great deal of distress in the moment when it happened? Why would that be something that would cause me great distress if I got rid of it? Instead, I am causing myself great distress as I live my life. The moment has passed and it's still attached to me. Well, there's several reasons. Number one, we use pain and hurt to excuse not doing the hard work to move forward and walk in our purpose. That's an in your face one. You're just using it as an excuse. Well, this thing happened to me, so I can't. Or, I've been through this, so I can't. Instead of taking that hard work, that self work head on so that you can walk in your purpose, so that you can live out your God given talents for your life. Number two, sometimes the person attached to the pain is someone we don't want to let go of. And the pain, is the only way you can stay close to them. The only way you can stay close to them is to carry that hurt that they caused you. It's sad, but it's true. The only thing that they brought to your life was sadness, hurt, pain, but you love them. And your emotions don't want to part with them. So they hold on to what you do have of them, which is hurt. Number three, it's our safety blanket. For some, pain and hurt are a big part of their human experience since birth. Seeing their parents, whether it be their mom, their dad, go through pain and then experiencing it at an early age. So it just feels right because it's what you're used to. That's kind of that generational curse mentality. It's what's comfortable because it's what I know. So it's my safety blanket. A lot of people don't understand why women stay in relationships where they're being beaten, but it's what they know. And although they are adults and they can make decisions, at the end of the day, what feels comfortable is what we're used to. And so being loved for who we are, being respected, being treated correctly, and being treated the way you want to be treated, if that's never been in your experience log, sometimes it's hard to relate. Number 4, it makes them feel pumped up or bloated in ego. In other words, look at me. Look at me at what I had to go through. Woe is me. And the hurt and pain brings them unhealthy attention. But all they want is attention. So it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if the attention is bad. Doesn't matter if the person is cussing them out. Doesn't matter. They just want the attention. It makes them feel pumped up. It gives them that boost of self confidence. It's a false boost of self confidence, but it makes them feel like, oh, they're paying attention to me because I went through this thing. So let me keep talking about this thing. So, coach, how do I know if I'm hoarding pain? Now, that, girlfriend, that's a good question. The only way to go through a mountain is to dig your way through to the other side. If you have gone through hurt and pain in your life and you did not do the hard work to get to the other side of it, you just might be still dealing with it, sis. Think about it. Are your relationships unhealthy? Do you find yourself in multiple friendships or romantic relationships that are toxic or that don't fulfill you, don't complement who you are? Do you deal with a lot of self doubt? Do you feel like you're running a marathon, but you're never getting anywhere? When you hear certain names of people or you go by certain places, do you cringe? Are you experiencing mood swings with yourself? That's a whole nother thing. If you have a mood swing with other folks, that's one thing. But if you start to feel those swings within yourself, that's an indicator. These are all signs that there are unresolved hurts in your bag, sis. And now is the time to do the hard work of self reflection and healing because your greater is now. It's waiting for you. It's waiting for you to make the decision to go hard or just quit. And quitting is for quitters, right? And you're not a quitter. It's time. The time is now. You don't have to walk around in pain and in hurt anymore with an invisible attacker that you can't even see, but you know is there. The song Bag Lady, a lady really wasn't walking around with a bunch of suitcases and plastic bags and stuff. She just had a lot of hurt and she was hoarding it internally. It was invisible, but it was clouding up all the spaces in herself, in her being. She was clouded and she was weighed down with hurt and pain from her experience. But you can get to the other side of hurt and pain. You just might need a little help, or you just might need to sit down and make the decision to do the hard work. Remember, it's all about a decision. You decide that the time is now to get rid of the hurt. No more hoarding. Don't hoard in your house where people can see it. And don't hoard in your self house where people can feel it. You don't have to carry those invisible bags anymore. You've been waiting to lose weight. Why not start with that? That's some weight that you can get rid of and feel so good about yourself because you can move forward without feeling the weight of past hurt. I love you and I appreciate you. And I can help you with hurt hoarding. Send me an email at letswinsis@gmail.com and we can talk about my personal coaching program. Or just sit down and start doing the hard work yourself. If you feel like you can map out a plan and get started on chucking away at that hoarding that you're doing, by all means, your greater is now. I have an awesome special just for my listeners this month. So if you need help, I want to help you. reach out to me. Take care, sis, and be well.